Hello, everyone. I want to talk about a book real fast. It's called The Valley of the Bones, and it's by Rudolf R. Windsor. The conditions that face Black people in America. Now, I know a lot of people get upset with me because I'm always talking about Black people and how 90% of the time is it just bringing out how ignorant we are. And it's because the survival of this planet depends on us going back to our original position in life. And it seemed like with every year, we going further and further and further away from it. And we are being systematically genocide, jailed, imprisoned, poisoned, enslaved, mentally, physically. And this book, it talks a lot about the Bible, but it makes more sense because you can look at the Bible as it being fabricated, like any book that's been written. It has some truths and it has some lies. And it has some fantasies and it had exaggerations. All books do. But you don't go around killing people because of something that was written in a book. I mean, that's just common sense. But this book right here is just bringing out what we need to do. Because a lot of people don't believe in being chosen by God, except the ones that think they're chosen by God. Uh, but we've stopped thinking deep. Instead, we letting other people think for us. And right here, it talks about what's really going on. And you see that now they're starting with the schools, making sure the schools are being systematically destroyed. They don't want us regular people to get smarter because they don't think they need intelligence because they have the nuclear weapons. So ain't nobody gonna mess with us. But they just don't know they are killing people that probably could have came up with a cure for mental illness, a cure for some of these diseases. No talent. But they don't care about that because they think they have the lineage to bring about everything the world needs. They don't think nothing's gonna come from us but uh, servitude. Okay? Now, a lot of people don't believe in curses. Um, well, what do you call when you lose your total identity? You don't even have no clue where your history is, where your history started. A lot of us can't go past. Well, now, I couldn't go past who my great great parents were. Now, here in the 21st century, a lot of these kids can't even go past their mother. A lot of these kids don't even know who their grandparents were, not alone their great grandparents. A lot of these kids have grown up not knowing who their father is, their father's father, or even their mother's mother. And it's not always because the parents were deceased. It's because of strife in the family. They don't want the kids around their grandparents. And sometimes it's for a good reason. We can't forget about that. Uh, or the kids have been snatched out the home and now they have lost contact with the family. And that brings about a lot of guilt, shame, disgust, and a curse of the loss of identity. When you can't identify who you are. And a lot of these kids have to grow up not knowing who their parents is. And they have to be scared that maybe they might even be in a relationship with a family member and don't even know it. Or they might be sitting next to a family member and they don't even know it. That is a horrible way to live. So it is, I'm just going to bring out a few, just a little bit that I thought was interesting in this book, The Valley of the Dry Bones. On page 39, it talks about the reason why there's no outcry or there's no leadership in 1875 to return back to our culture. Now, after they wrote and signed the Declaration of Independence, uh, we didn't try to return back to our culture or return back to our country. We started, we continued to take on their persona. We didn't learn our traditions, we didn't learn our languages, because if we did, it would have strengthened the families and it would have united us. And that bond would have uplifted us and gave us self respect. And when you have self respect, you respect others. And I do believe we would have demanded what was stolen, returned, and the mother country compensated also. That's why we was able to continue to colonize Africa because of the disunity, like they doing over here now, letting some Negroes have a lot of money, a lot of prestige, giving them all these awards and all this stuff. Okay. All right, on page 40. Now, why after 1975, interest in Africa culture fell off and pride began to turn into vanity? Yes. You know what? You know why? Because people had money, 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 money. Oh yeah, you had Chrysler, you had B.F. Goodrich, you had, oh, Motown, you had all these, the Motor City, you had all these people making money, and they was getting rich. They was buying all these Cadillacs and nice ass shoes, and they was even afford a second family. And pride just was swept under the rug. We don't need pride. We got money. You know, they was starting to look good on TV. I remember seeing the first black people in a McDonald's commercial. Oh, we was moving up. The middle class basically get their wealth from the other elite. And that's exactly what it was. They was throwing us crumbs and we was, okay, okay, I hear you. We pacified now, you know. And instead of out there making our own money, building our own self up, and of course, it was a lot of black businesses back in the 70s. And then you had the side hustles. That was back then when pimping was, you know, you could pimp. Yeah, yeah, a lot of them made money pimping, and most businesses relied on people who who have low esteem and trust issues, and cater to 95% of the original creatures, which are us in the community, not really mainstream products. That most of these businesses now have presidents or stockholders or business consultants. So it's really mostly mom and pop shops. They wasn't really building an empire. It wasn't going globally. It was just a shop on the corner and was basically selling things that clothing, food, not really nothing industrial or products that you would have to, people would have to order to keep their business going. Page 41. And why does the rich original elites, which is us, stay rich while so many other original creatures stay poor? Why wasn't a counter KKK arose in the South? For example, that every original was hung, two other of them should have been swinging too. Now, whether that happened or not, we don't know. We will never know. I don't know. I don't think so, but I doubt it. And a lot of us might not be here. Oh well, you know how it is when um, we try to retaliate or be rebellious against their establishment. They want to go out and blow us up and kill us. Well, they're doing that now on the low level, but it can also help us be stronger. But the future generations will be in a better place. They will see the power that we have. But was there a militant group that isn't talked about? They are always trying to suppress our history, our strengths. They basically always put emphasis on our weakness, on us terrorizing one another. That's all you see on TV and YouTube's and Facebook and stuff. Us acting a fool. We need to start putting more emphasis on our good and our greatness. Start making more movies about uh, us being kings and queens, and future movies, seeing us in the future. Because a lot of these movies about the future, they don't see. We still in the background. So I am going to come back again with some more highlights of the movie. It should be a movie, I guess. Or the book, The Valley of the Dry Bones, the conditions that face Black people in America. All right. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe and leave comments. Let's keep this subject and conversation going. Thank you.